Her name is Yulia? That's such a weird name. I could hear the whispers fill the room as I stood there awkwardly, wishing so badly that I was invisible. Every whisper around me felt like a finger of disapproval pointed at me, telling me I don't belong here. After all, I was the new weird girl from Russia, the one that brought that smelly cabbage soup for lunch, barely spoke English, and everyone made fun of me because they thought my dad was in the Russian mafia. For the first time in my life, I was embarrassed to be who I am, embarrassed that I was an immigrant, that I was Russian, and that I wasn't like the other kids. The overwhelming fear of not being accepted consumed me so much, and the only way I knew how to cope at 10 years old was to suppress every part of me that made me different. I even changed my name to Julia. Sacrificing my identity for the sake of approval, the dragon in me had been tamed. The dragon that is my uniqueness, my individuality, my inner power, the one that lives and breathes in each one of us, waiting to be unleashed so it can finally be free. Free to be wild, odd, and unique, roaring loud and proud of its true essence, regardless of what the world might have to say. Because a dragon knows its fiery spirit is not meant to be tamed, shamed, or chained to the expectations of others. It is meant to be free. And so are we. Free to express ourselves authentically, free to show up boldly without masks or disguise, trying to fit into a box, knowing that freedom is about owning and accepting every unique part of ourselves. You see, I had spent years denying myself the freedom to be who I am because I was so afraid of being judged. And even now, 14 years later, I am still learning how to embrace all of the weirdness there is to me. And there is a lot more than just being an immigrant. For one, I work in Web3, which means I talk about cryptocurrency all day and hold most of my life savings in Bitcoin. And after work, you will find me in my full dragon mode, where I go to the forest with my shamanic drum, I talk to the spirit world, do rituals, and solo travel to crazy places like the Amazon jungle because my astrology chart told me to. Now imagine the look on my parents' face. The point is, it took me a while to get to a point where I could stand tall and own who I am without carrying the weight of fear or judgment. And today I feel so honored and humbled to be sharing my story with you all, not as a little girl who's scared anymore, but as someone who has finally learned to own who she is. Because the one thing I have learned along the way is that our power does, in fact, lie in our uniqueness, in the parts of ourselves we or others have labeled as odd or out of pocket. Those are the parts that make us who we are, and they are meant to be seen and expressed, not hidden or suppressed. For true freedom isn't found in conformity or in seeking the approval of others. It is found in owning who we are, embracing the fullness of who we are, and daring to unleash our inner dragon. So I invite every one of you here tonight, and all of your dragons too, to be brave in your self-expression. Let yourself be seen without fearing that you're going to be judged. Let yourself say what you truly want to say, because you deserve to be free. And I invite every one of you who's feeling extra brave tonight to close your eyes if you're ready to unleash your inner dragon with me. And now just picture yourself and your dragon as this fiery beast who is not afraid of judgment, who is not afraid of fear, who is ready to be seen in ways that it has not been seen before. What does it look like? How do you feel? And when I say 1, 2, 3, unleash, you are going to unleash your most powerful dragon expression. You can yell, you can scream, you can roar, but tonight is about liberation and releasing any judgment. Are we ready? Woo! Okay, we are going to unleash the dragon in 3, 2, 1, unleash! Thank you.